Okay, let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. We have roll call would be the first step, please.
Okay, Dr. Bolte.
Present.
Dr. Bolte is present. Mrs. Castillo.
Present.
Mrs. Castillo is present. Dr. Davis.
Present.
Dr. Davis is present. Ms. Ellis.
Present.
Ms. Ellis is present. Mr. Barbie.
Here.
Mr. Barbie is present. Ms. Holloway.
Here.
Ms. Holloway is present. Mr. Morris.
Here.
Ms. Morris is present. Mr. Orange Jones. Ms. Orange Jones is not present. Mr. Rock.
Present.
Mr. Rock is present. Ms. O'Shea. Ms. O'Shea is not present. Dr. Weaver is not present. You have a floor.
Okay, before we move on to the next item, I'd like to take a moment to recognize State Representative Chuck Owen, who is here visiting with us today. Thank you for coming. Do you have any opening remarks you'd like to share with us, or you just...
No, sir, I'm just here.
Okay.
All good, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, can we have our next item, please?
Your consent agenda is ready for approval, adding item 4.1.
Okay, can we get a motion to approve the consent agenda? Mr. Rock, can we get a second? Get a second. Ms. Bophy. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought Ms. Bophy wanted to speak.
Oh, no, just
Okay.
helping
Ms.
you out
Bophy,
there, Chair.
Second. Do we have any questions or comments from Bessie members? Seeing none, do we have any cards from the general public? Okay. Do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item, please.
The next item is on page 63, item 4.2, consideration of the LDE contracts of $50,000 and over. The recommendation is to approve.
Do we have a motion to that effect, please? Mr. Morris, do we have a second? Ms. Davis? Do we have any questions or comments from Bessie members? Ms. Bophy?
I'll need to recuse myself from this one, please.
Note that.
4.2. Recusal from 4.2.
Okay, can we note that? Yes, instead? Yes, okay. Do you have any other business today?
I need to recuse from 4.2 as well.
Can you note that too?
Is that?
Ms. Davis? Do you have any other comments, questions from Bessie members? Seeing none, do we have any comment cards? Yeah, okay. No, do we have any objections to the motion? Seeing none, the motion carries. Next item.
On page 112, item 4.3, consideration of federal and state grants and allocations to LEAs, Type 2 charters, Type 5 charters, approved non-public schools and community-based organizations, competitive and other. Recommendation is to approve. An insert which updates the item was included in the packet mail.
Okay, can we get a motion? Ms. Holloway, can we get a second? Mr. Rock? Do we have any questions or comments from Bessie members?
A recusal for item 4.3.
Can we note that recusal? Ms. Bophy, are you recusing too?
I sure am.
Okay. Any other recusals? The staff notes that. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, do we have any cards? No. Do we have any objections to the motion? No objection, motion carries. Next item.
On page 155, item 5.1, consideration of AG program and budget revisions on statewide grant programs for fiscal year 2020-2021. The recommendation is to approve revisions to the Educator Career Opportunity Expansion Program budget.
Okay, can we get a motion? Mr. Morris, second Ms. Davis. Do we have any questions or comments from Bessie members? Seeing none, no recusals. Any cards? Comment cards. Okay, seeing none. Do we have any objections to the motion? No objections, motion carries. Next item.
On page 160, item 6.1, consideration of Bessie property located at 32 Front Street in Gretna, Louisiana. Recommendation is to approve the resolution acknowledging the reversion of the property to the Jefferson Parish School Board, and to direct the Bessie Executive Director to prepare the appropriate transfer documents and process accordingly.
Okay, can we get a motion, Ms. Holloway? Can we get a second? Please. Mr. Rock, thank you. Okay. Do you have any questions or comments from Bessie members?
I'd just like an overview of the, what's going on with this one.
Okay. Do we have a department? Seems like Jefferson Parish has had this happen before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shan Davis, Executive Director for Bessie. This property, there was a huge transfer to LCTCS of some of our vacant property and some of our trade school property that was done in 1999. We have a few properties left, and this is one in Jefferson Parish, and there is a dilapidated building on the site, and there's also, it's not even a mile of 1 square mile of land, but there's also some bills that we received for bush hogging and things like that over time. Well, Jefferson Parish has expressed an interest in having this land, and they have contacted us, and it would really be a benefit for us to do this because we've been having to upkeep the land, and it's really not being used. There, like I said, there's a vacant building, an old Jefferson Trade School. It's not in any type of condition to use.
And if I understand it right, it was donated to us originally from the school board? The Jefferson Parish School Board?
I think so.
I read something about it reverting back to them,
Yes.
which I think meant that it came from them to begin with.
Yes, and they, last week they met and approved a similar resolution to receive the land. So there's some other documents that have to be executed, but this is the first step.
And if I understand it right, it's not even 1 acre,
Correct, it's .78 or something like that.
that range. Anything else? Any other questions from other Bessie members? Seeing none, any objections to the motion? Seeing none, motion carries. Before we go to the next item, I'd like to also recognize Representative Garofalo, who's here. Do you have anything you'd like to share with us this morning, or are you just here to observe? Okay, checking up on us, be on our toes. Okay, next item.
On page 166, item 7.1, consideration of a report regarding legislation of the 2020 regular legislative session. Recommendation is to receive the report in response to HR 34.
Okay, can we get a motion to that effect, please? Ms. Holloway, can we get a second? Mr. Rock? Do we have any questions from Bessie members? Questions or comments? Seeing none, do we have any comment cards? Okay, do we have any objections to the motion? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item, please.
On page 181, item 7.2, consideration of a status report regarding the 2021 regular legislative session. The recommendation is to receive the update report and to receive the watch list of bills as attached and to include any other bill a board member wishes to request.
Can we get a motion to that effect, please? Mr. Morris, can we get a second? Mr. Rock, thank you. Do we have any questions from Bessie members or comments? Ms. Morris?
Yes, I don't have a question, but I would like to acknowledge the effort by the superintendent and the board leadership to engage the legislature with these issues that are really important. We really appreciate the cooperation of the state legislators working with us. And again, we really appreciate the effort by the superintendent and the board leadership. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Morris. And we have any suggestions coming from the legislature, particularly the House Education Committees? If there are two members here, please don't hesitate to share that with us. We would like to work with you all as best as possible. Do we have any comment cards? No. Do we have any objections to the motion? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item.
On page 185, item 8.1, Consideration of emergency policy revisions approved by the Bessie President under interim authority. The recommendation is to ratify the declaration of emergency regarding revisions to Bulletins 741, 741 non-public, and 126, and to approve as a notice of intent revisions to Bulletins 741, 741 non-public, and 126 regarding minimum requirements for reopening and operating school facilities.
Can we get a motion on this item, please? Mr. Morris, second, Mr. Rock. Do we have any comments or questions from Bessie members? None? Okay, do we have any comment cards? None. Okay, do we have any objections to the motion? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item.
That concludes your agenda.